Hello, this is Robert Smith. I'm here in Lausanne, Switzerland, and I'd like to share some ideas that I have about perfectionism, because a lot of people have this idea of perfectionism and how do you deal with it, how do you change it, how does it work, and there's many models of perfectionism, and they come from different areas of someone's life. One of them is a common perfectionism program picked up in childhood. Let's say life is chaotic, maybe an alcoholic mother or father, or controlling mother and father, controlling brother or sister, whatever it is, and maybe school issues. And so that they figured out if they did it perfectly right, they wouldn't get in trouble, or if they perfectly controlled everything, that bad things won't happen to them. And this is one common perfectionism program. Another one is perfectionism gives you a sense of security, comfort, maybe. Another one is perfectionism. If I did it right, they will love me. If I was perfect, if I looked perfectly, if I did it perfectly, made perfect grades, did it right, then maybe someone will love me and accept me. Another form of perfectionism, I mentioned fear, love, security. And it's also so controlling of your life, because the truth is there's no such thing as perfect. It doesn't exist. And of course, if you're trying to be perfect, what you're thinking or presuming before this thought, I need to be perfect, is that you're not perfect, you're imperfected. There's something wrong with you. There's something that's not working right, which with this program inside you, it always drives you. It's like, I'm trying to be right, trying to be perfect. Oh, I look good. Now I got to try to keep and maintain it. And then next thing you know, you gain weight, you're getting older, you didn't make the grade, you've made a mistake, and then you start beating yourself up. So one of the things that that's one of the things that I have looked at and worked on with myself, because, I do a lot of videos, and I'm coming from a background that I can never be perfect, and perfection doesn't really exist. And so what I've learned is that perfectionism happens to be one of the lowest standards you could ever have. And the reason is that you'll never obtain it. It's impossible. So perfectionism is a program that keeps you locked in a place that you can never achieve. Granted, I believe in doing your best, excellence. I always look at, when I do something, I look at it and I enjoy it, I like it, and I say, how can I improve it to make it even better? But that's growth, and I don't beat myself up if I said something wrong, if I misspelled a word, or if the sound wasn't ideal. So it's what you do with it, so always improving myself, always looking for ways to become a better teacher. And I ask for criticisms, because it's within the criticisms I can say, okay, there's something valid here I can look at, something I can see if I can change. It's really all about you, So perfectionism, it'll never happen inside you. And so another thing is like, I've been, personally going through some relationship stuff and helping people with relationship stuff. And what we have done is we set up models in our head about how it should be, the perfect relationship. And some people don't have that, how it should be, but they still keep getting what they've always gotten. It was just always known. So sometimes we have what you call the magical relationship, that this is how it should be, and yet inside your own world, inside your own mind, this is just an idea, how it should be, what I want it to be perfect like. But then you have the reality of life, which is never perfect. It's just perfect within its imperfections. And so one thing is you learn is that what I do in my head is when I give a presentation, where I'm in a relationship, or when I do something, I say, well, okay, it's great. It's the best that I could do at that time. And then I look at it and say, well, if I were to change it and make it even better, what can I do? How can I improve my skills and talents? Because again, like I said, there's no such thing as perfection, just improvements, excellence. And so then that's what I do, is I start working on it. You could enter a relationship. Some of you may enter a relationship, and it should be X, but yet you're presented with Y. And so if you're presented with Y isn't like X, or why don't you just accept and love what it is? And if it's not exactly fits your emotional world, your relationship world, your sexual world, your interaction world, then maybe either one, you accept the way it is, or two, you actually start changing for yourself. Because again, oftentimes our judgments, our criticisms about perfectionism, everybody should do it perfect, but it sets us in the seat of judgment and condemnation. And then we start judging, condemning everybody because they're not doing it the way we can't do and hadn't been able to do, but we have the standard, you know. So with relationships, it's the same way. So a lot of times people will come to see me, and they're in a relationship, they've been married for 20, 30 years, 10 years, and it's the same guy they married, the same woman they married, and now all of a sudden, you know, they started realizing that they're not perfect. They're not exactly like we want them to be. And then we start judging, condemning them. And so one of the things I always say is work on yourself. Heal yourself, address what you feel about the situation, and oftentimes the situation will shift and change because you change. And so that's how it works. So let go of the judgments, let go of the things that have to be perfect, accept what it is, and improve what you are. And one of the best ways to improve what you are is change what you hold, which means change the memories in which that drives the pain, which is the pain of rejection, the pain of being not good enough, or the pain that everybody else is better than you, or no one's gonna love you if you're not perfect, you know. So these are the pains that you drive it, and then all of a sudden you'll just do a great job, and you'll honor yourself. You know, I look at a lot of stuff I've done. I said, well, you know, like I have a manual or do, like I said, a video before, and it's not perfect. You know, there's imperfections, like this video here. You know, I'm holding it with my hand and it's wiggling around. So what? At least the message is here. You know, and so that's how I see it. Just do the best you can, love yourself, like yourself. Everything you've ever done in your life was the best you could at the time, and then improve upon it. If there's pain in those experiences, pain in your relationships, pain in your past, feel it, identify it, own it, and then change it, release it, transform it. You know, and that's what we do. We don't run from our problems. We don't pretend like they're not there. We say, hey, you know what, I got a problem. I made a mistake. I need some improvement, and then get some tapping, you know. So I personally had a lot of tapping in these last 15, 16 years, well, 16 years of doing FasterEFT or EFT, FasterEFT evolution, and I'm not the same person, and I won't be the same person next week because I'm always self-improving. I'm always cleaning up my head and cleaning up my reactions to the world, and you know, there's a lot of areas I still need to work on, and but life is a journey, and so you just keep traveling through the road. You know, there's personal experiences and things I don't want to deal with, I don't want to look at, so I don't look at until I'm ready. And when I'm ready, I just step in there and 2 feet and clean up. So that's what I suggest. One way you can do is, you know, we use the art of change in FasterEFT, which is structure how to elicit how and why you have problems. The first thing is, how do you know you have a problem? Write it down. Second thing is, ask yourself, have I ever experienced this before? Write down all the experiences. Do I know anyone else has the same problem? Write down everyone else you know have had this problem, maybe the memories and references you're using. And if this problem were to be 1,000 times bad, worse, how bad would it be? Write down however you see it. And then if this problem is gone, what bad things would happen next? Clean that up too. So what we do is we identify these memories, we tap on them, we change them, and we move forward. So you are perfect within your imperfections, and you're perfectly doing it right now. So there's nothing wrong with you. Just learn how to love yourself more by being nice inside yourself, change the memories that hurt, identify the feelings that bother you, feel it, tap and release it. This is Robert Smith here in Lausanne, Switzerland, and I'm right here by the big lake. I don't know what the lake's called, but it's big. Here, I'll let you look at it. This is Robert Smith. Have a good day. Tap on yourself, like yourself, love yourself, and then the whole world will start changing for yourself. Talk to you better. And the whole world, just tap on yourself, love yourself, like yourself, and the whole world will change. Talk to you later, and tap. Peace.